On the Ghanaian farmer, let's highlight on cattle business here in the northern region, specifically in Tamale. My guest joined me after a commercial break. This program is proudly brought to you by Lizzie and Lee Tomato Paste. Many thanks to our supporter, Crocodile Merchants also. We're going for a quick breather. Remember to join us on our social media platform on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, The Ghanaian Farmer. I'll be right back after this break. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us on another insightful episode on the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyonam, and we are still in the northern region, precisely in Tamale, and we are still here in Kujo, Abimash Farms. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yes, so today our focus is on livestock, specifically cattle farming. And cattle farming is one of the common livestock rearing here in the northern region. And we are going to chit-chat with Alhaji Moshud, who happens to be last year's overall national best farmer, to tell us about this particular livestock farming, what it is that you need to know. Alhaji, thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much, madam.
You said you have how many?
We have over 750 cattle. But we've just brought these ones here for special purpose. But we are fattening them, doing some few studies on them.
Okay. Alhaji, I'm told there are different breeds of cattle.
Yes, please.
For rearing.
Yes.
Depending on what you want to do.
Yes.
Whether it's for beef, for milk, or for meat. So which breed do we have here?
Currently, this breed is the Gudali.
Okay.
The Gudali.
Okay.
They mature very fast. They are mostly hornless.
Okay.
And their breed is for both milk and then multiplication.
Okay.
Well, these ones, for instance, we rear them here purposely. When someone needs this particular breed, can come over either on rental basis. We'll just give one male to him. He'll go use it for crossing purposes, and then he'll have similar breed in his farm too.
Only in Tamale do we rent cow? Hey, yes,
yes.
Alhaji, when you were starting off your cattle farming,
yes,
how many little ones did you buy?
Yes, for starting about 20 years now, I started with four female cattle.
Okay.
Then I moved on.
With how many male?
Oh no, without male.
Just the four?
Yes. So similarly,
okay,
if I had also wanted a male to cross my cattle, what I did was that I went to someone, pick a bull from him, and then for crossing purposes.
Okay. So you bought just the female, got another male to cross it.
To cross.
And then you take it back.
Take it back.
Okay.
So what normally here, what we do normally here is this. You, when you have a few, you go seek permission from someone who is having more. Then you add your 4 to him, but you'll be paying a fee.
Oh, okay. How much do you pay? Is it on daily or weekly?
No, on a daily basis.
Okay.
For instance, currently as we speak, on a daily basis, you can pay 2 cedis on each cow.
Okay.
So
that's very affordable.
Very affordable.
Okay.
Then his males, his bull can cross your females for you.
Okay.
So
after the male crossed the 4 females you bought,
yes,
how long did it take for them to give birth?
Now, when a cow is pregnant, it takes 9 months.
Just like a human being?
Yeah, just like a human
9 months.
To deliver one cow for you.
One?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So every year it gives you one child?
One child.
Okay.
So we are saying that in every 3 years we get two cows from each cow.
Okay. So when a cow delivers, the little cow, how long do they feed for before they start eating regular food?
Mostly it takes them about 6 months before it can start to pick.
Then it will stop feeding
No, it will not
breast
stop
milk.
completely. It will not stop completely from the mother.
Okay.
It will take him up to 8 months, even close to even the 9th month.
Okay.
You understand? By which time the mother is even pregnant and it is still sucking.
Okay.
Then
Now it can depend
so it can
on the
depend
feed.
solely on the feed.
Okay.
Yes.
How many times do you feed them in a day?
No, in a day, especially what we have keeping here, like in an intensive system way, we feed them 3 times a day.
Okay.
Early in the morning, then we wait in the afternoon, we feed them, and then in the evening. Mostly, cattle feeding is mostly in the evening.
Okay.
If you feed them in the evening, that's where you get a very good result from them. And so in the evening, from let's say from 8 o'clock in the night till daybreak, they should be feed in their feeding troughs, and then they will be feeding till daybreak. So even if daybreak, you delay their feeding, their breakfast. If you delay their breakfast a bit, it doesn't affect them so much.
Okay.
Yes.
What kind of feed do you give to your cattle? Because I know that regular cattle feed on grass. Because you see the small boys ushering them around.
Yes.
But now that you're keeping this ones and the larger number is at the farm itself, what kind of feed do you give them?
No, we give them rice husks. We give them rice husks.
Okay.
Like we have a rice mill here. So after milling, there's a part of the rice husks we used to feed them. And you know one funny thing, cattle feed so much on poultry droppings.
Okay.
Poultry
Really?
droppings, yes. When we collect the poultry droppings and keep it, they feed on it.
Raw like that?
Raw.
Ah.
Yes, the dry poultry droppings.
Okay.
They feed so much. On
Okay.
it. They feed so much on it because the poultry droppings is mixed with some of the feed. The rice husk is used as litter, and with the poultry droppings itself.
Between this prepared meal
Yes.
as against the regular grass they eat in the bush, which one is more?
No, this one is more nutritious because this one we add maize to it, and then to some extent, sometimes we even add soya meal to take care of their protein needs. So we mix all, and then we feed them with it, and then you see them growing very, 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 very quick.
Okay. What kind of weather is good for cattle?
Oh, I like cattle are just like human beings.
Okay.
Any weather,
All weather.
which fits human being, cattle too.
They are okay.
They are also okay.
Okay.
So it's not like some special weather, even if not because of the way we are even keeping them. Those ones in the farms, it is very difficult to. We don't even keep them at the pens.
Okay.
Mostly even left open like that. We don't even tie them. We just leave them. They are disciplined. Cattle are very disciplined animals. If you train them very well, they become so disciplined.
Okay. Do you decide when to cross your cattle?
Oh no, they do their own crossing.
Okay.
You understand? After giving birth, animals are very interesting creatures. They don't cross anyhow. You understand? As when the female is not on heat, the male doesn't cross it.
Okay.
So when the female is on heat, definitely then they cross. We are not consciously, then we meet them. No. We don't do it. They do their own crossing.
Okay.
Yes. But even though we do study their pattern, we can see a female and you say, oh, this week or this within 2 weeks, this female, there's a likelihood that it will cross it. So if it is so, what we normally do is this. The breed you don't like, you tie them in the night, or you tie them always, leaving the particular breed you want to cross the female. Then you leave it, and that breed will be crossing those ones, and immediately they become pregnant. No bull will cross it again.
Okay. You are not a veterinary officer, but let me ask you this common knowledge.
Yes.
Because you have been doing this for 20 years.
Yes.
Are there some basic infections or disease that you see affecting the cattle?
Yeah, scientifically, I may not be able to mention the scientific names of those, but what I can just say is that sometimes we do have skin diseases, which we have a veterinary officer for this farm who comes around to check, and then we have particular sickness for them, which looks like pneumonia for human beings. You understand? You see it wet nose, breathing, and then it affects their lungs. So, and others minor ones, and then sometimes maybe during birth, sometimes they do give birth themselves, but sometimes during birth we do have some difficulties, and then the veterinary officer will be invited either to perform an operation or to assist it to deliver.
So while I was reading around cattle farming, I also learned that you can use the feces as fertilizer production.
Yes.
Do you use that?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
do you go about it?
Naturally, we are doing integrated farming.
Okay.
So their droppings, everything goes back to the crop farms,
Okay.
and then we use it as organic fertilizer for our farms.
Okay. At what point do you sell your cattle?
Even like sometimes we have some special breeds. Within 1 year, someone may request, and then you give it out. You sell to that person.
Okay.
But ideally, we normally sell after 2 years.
Okay. All right. So I'm going for a quick break, and when I come back, we'll talk about the market price.
No problem.
And how do I weigh, because that big one, you see that big one? So we'll take it to Accra. Viewers, you're still watching The Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyonam, and today's discussion is focusing on cattle farming here in Tamale. And our special guest is still the overall national best farmer for last year, 2021, Alhaji Moshud, and he's telling us more about cattle farming and all that you need to know. If you have any concern, any question, any view, interact with us on our social media platform on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, The Ghanaian Farmer. This show is proudly brought to you by Lizzie Tomato Mix. I'm going for a quick break. I'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. If you just joined in, we are discussing cattle farming here in Tamale. Alhaji, if I want to sell that big one over there, my friend.
Yes.
How do you go about the pricing? Is it the size? Is it how old it is? What do you use to determine the price?
Cattle selling a cow or a bull or anything in the cattle family. What matters so much is the breed, the size, and the condition of it. You can sell a very healthy one as you may sell a sick one. So, for instance, these ones, within 2 years, it becomes big. And that breed is not too common. So selling it gives you a premium price. When someone needs this type, it gives a premium price. You give a premium price. Depending on the size, the age of it, and then how healthy it is. Then you determine the price. And then mostly cattle, especially the cattle I just spoke to, between 2 years and above, we sell it between 3,000 to 8,000 Ghana cedis.
I see.
So depending on the condition of the cow. For instance, if you need a cow for crossing purposes, you will not just go to the market and buy any male cow, any male to go and do your crossing. You have to look for a particular bull which can do the work you are assigning for it. You understand?
Right.
So the price will be determined by those conditions around that particular bull and the breed. Because you may see the same size like this one, but the prices may differ. Like you can see, there are smaller ones among them.
There are small ones.
There are smaller ones, but you can't get any of this less than 2,000 Ghana cedis in the market. So depending on the breed and then the purpose of it. So what we are just keeping here, mostly we keep it when it's fully matured. We sell it out just for crossing purposes.
Yes. That's fine. I realized that there was this particular stone that both your sheep and cattle are licking every now and then. What essence is that to the health status of the cattle? Yes,
it adds to their health, and then it gives them appetite for food. So we call it salt lick. We call it salt lick.
And you said it's sold in veterinary shops?
Yeah, in veterinary shops. Yes. So it is even imported abroad, and then we are using it for them. So both sheep, goats, every ruminant likes it. And at least when licking it, it gives them appetite. Who
are mainly your customers who buy from you, your cattle?
Yeah, we send some to Accra, some within Tamale. And especially when it is festive seasons, people even come here
to buy from here.
And sometimes we have someone who even processes it for them. If you buy, for instance, you are a woman, you may not want to send it to your house. You just tell us, we'll kill it here. Maybe sometimes we even frozen it for you. We just dress it, do everything, frozen it for 2-3 days for you, and then you come and then you pick your meat away.
Okay. Alhaji, it is said that even though it is capital and labor intensive, it is still a profitable venture.
Exactly.
How much did it cost you to start your cattle farming?
Like I told you, for the past 20 years, by then the prices were. I bought my first cow at 400 Ghana cedis.
The 4?
No,
or one?
400.
Okay, and you bought 4?
4.
So that's 1,600.
So that was around 1,600 by then. But currently you can get that. You can get it at that price. The minimum you get is between 2,800, 3,000 thereof.
2,000 for which one?
No, for the type I started with. You understand? They gave birth once.
Okay.
You understand? They were a bit mature.
Okay.
But this one, for instance, is a male one. It's a female one. The cheapest you get in town should be around 2,700.
For
this one.
Small picking. How are you able to tell the sexes of the cows?
Oh, but that is very conspicuous.
Okay.
Like even human being. If you are to identify a female, there are certain features in the female you use to identify a female human being, not to talk of a cow.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So the male one, conspicuously, you can see the testes behind the back legs, and then the female one, the female one, you can see breasts in between.
Okay,
so
that's fine. All right. Another question I want to know has to do with when you slaughter it, and you are keeping it for somebody to come and take away. How long does it have to stay in the fridge?
No, it can stay as long as it can, because we have a blast freezer and a cold room.
Right.
So once we blast freeze it in 6 hours, we transfer it to the cold room, and then we can keep it. Mostly, we don't advise we keep it too long.
Too long is how many?
Maybe after 1 month.
Okay.
We always prefer maybe when we slaughter.
Between that day
to the second week, at least you come and pick. For instance, if it is Christmas, you are in Accra, you want us to prepare anything for you in terms of meat, either goat, sheep, or cow. What we do is that we wait. When it is around 18th, then we slaughter it by 23rd, 24th. It is with you in Accra, and then you pick.
How long can a cow live for?
A cow can live as long as it is healthy, and then you take very good care of it. It can live as long, 10 years, 20, 15 years it can live.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Depending on how you keep it.
Okay. You have been doing cow, sheep, and other livestock.
Yes.
What is the difficulty associated with cattle farming?
Sometimes feeding during dry season is always difficult.
Well, you have feed all over the place.
Feed cost is high.
Okay.
You understand? Feed cost is high. Sometimes even taking care of them, water, sometimes you need to. So currently we have just sunk a borehole in our farm, which we'll be using for water.
Drinking.
For drinking.
Okay.
And there are a lot of challenges, because animals and crop farming is always difficult, because they feed on the crop. How to protect it and other issues are a bit difficult. And again, like I said, for instance, if you go to other jurisdictions where you see that they rear cattle purposely for, dairy cattle. In our case, we are mixing the two. The same cow for breeding, and the same cattle we use for milk. So these are some of the difficulty, and then because of that, it hinders the growth of our cows. But notwithstanding, it is still a very good venture, because you can eat your cake and have it. Well, we want to drink milk at the same time. We want the cows to enjoy the milk.
Okay, so the milk you take from the cow, you drink it yourself.
You don't.
I heard that.
No, we do sell. We sell. They do wagashi. That's the cheese they call it, and other things. They use it for it.
All right. So viewers, Chief is enjoying and doing business as well. When we come back, we'll be wrapping it up on the interview focusing on cattle farming here in Tamale. Thanks for joining us. Gone by was 60 seconds on our break. My name is Yanunam, and today's discussion is all about cattle farming. Is there some special vaccines that is given to the cattle to keep them in good shape and anything?
Yeah, the routine vaccination we always have on them, especially when it is raining season. It is always difficult around that period where insects, other wet food and other things affects them. So we do routine vaccines at least sometimes 1 week, 2 weeks. We give them dewormers and so many things.
Oh, you deworm them?
Yeah, we deworm them because look at they pick direct from the ground. Sometimes it's always difficult, so we make sure we keep them, we deworm them always. We give them multivites, so whereby to boost feeding, and then around that period we make sure we feed them very well. And then, by then there's water. So once they feed very well, they eat very well, and then they grow bigger. Okay. So we give them multivite injections and other things just for the prevention of pneumonia. And, these are technicalities which is reserved for the veterinary people.
Okay.
As a farmer, I don't know so much into their medications, but what I just know is that time to time we give them multivite, we give them dewormers, we give them some vaccines against some particular diseases, skin diseases and other things, against ticks and other things. So we give them those medicines just to prevent them from falling sick.
Apart from the breed you have here, are there
No,
any other breeds?
Yeah, we have so many breeds.
Among
the
those,
local type, the short cattle, all of them. We have it, and we are trying all of them.
Which one is in high demand in the market?
The Goodall is in high demand.
Okay.
The Goodall is in high demand, yes.
All right.
And they are more profitable than any other.
Okay, Alhaji, your final words to people who are aspiring to become cattle farmers.
Yes, cattle farming is very profitable, very demanding. Every day we eat meat. There's no way you rear cattle and you don't make profit, depending on how you do it. So, and it's easier. It doesn't, it's not too involving. And like I always say, it's meant for the youth. It shouldn't be left. It shouldn't be left for people who don't even understand anything about animals. It's for graduates from all level to go into it. So I encourage that youth like me should be into cattle farming or in farming in general.
Okay.
Ruminants are what Ghanaians consume so much, and if you are doing it, definitely you are in business.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
There you have it, Alhaji Moshud. He is the overall national best farmer for 2021, and we are still in his farm discussing all sort of farming business here in Tamale. And so I'll see you next week with another line of crop here in Tamale. Thank you very much for joining us.